Expert opinion on this. Hartmut Issel of UBS is joining us on the phone line from Singapore. Hartmut, good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us. How long can this rally last, this ECB unleashed rally?
Yeah, I think it did come as a surprise to the market, and the reason why I think it came as a surprise was because actually Draghi's domestic economy so the Eurozone economy itself is quite strong, and we look at various indicators. Unemployment has already peaked out and starting to come down. Bank loan or lending really into the economy is after a couple of years of negative growth has started to become positive. Momentum indicators, PMIs, none of that is really so worrisome. So really also notice that he, a bit like Yellen at the Fed, really focuses rather than on his own domestic economy, more on external factors, or I guess ultimately that means China. So wouldn't have, I guess many in the markets wouldn't have expected him to emphasize that element so far, and therefore if it comes as a surprise, I guess typically that means that markets need to adjust a bit longer than just one day. So I think the rally has legs.
Okay, so do you believe that the rally does have more legs from here on, and not just the developed markets, but do you think that a lot more money could flow into emerging markets as well?
For the emerging markets, at least in the short term, I think that is likely that we will see that because it does bring us into a more risk-on mode again. And if we are risk-on, then that doesn't only benefit the DMs, that also benefits the EMs. So I would also, certainly for the next couple of days or perhaps even weeks, also check that box, not only DM. Yeah.
Okay. What would your top three assets be now?
Well, top three assets, certainly the top two in the Eurozone still. We already went overweight into this decision yesterday on Eurozone equities. That serves us very well. Secondly, also Eurozone high yields, very, very attractive asset class globally. And I would say thirdly, also the space we like here is Japanese equities. And it will actually be interesting because, as you know, Friday next week, we're also going to have the BOJ decision. So Mr. Garuda is still a bit hesitant to say that there's going to be easing. But with the decision in Europe yesterday, I think on the margin he also gets nudged a bit more into the direction of doing something himself.
All right, so you said you like the Japanese equities, but what about India? What are your thoughts on how to approach the Indian markets from here?
Yeah, India is one of the two overweight markets for us in Asia. As a matter of fact, though, I think India should also benefit today. But I guess the early part of a regime change, more towards risk on, it could be possible that India goes up but underperforms other markets that have been beaten more, especially in the August September sell-off. Have been beaten more. Maybe it underperforms versus those in the short term. But of course, if it's positive for EM in general, then it would also lift up India.
All right, we leave it at that. Hartmut Issel, thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts.